After a relaxing weekend on the water with friends, I had to pull off a couple of quick maneuvers in a narrow channel to try to avoid collision with a vessel whose captain was not paying attention.
Back it up.
Throttles.
These are the voyages of Treasured Times, her continuing mission to explore the oceans of South Florida and the Caribbean, to seek out unknown islands and forgotten places, to give an unforgettable adventure to everyone who is welcomed aboard. I'm Captain Adrian Collada, and this is First Mate and Mechanic Engineer Michael Collada, and this is our little bird Squeaky. On our floating home away from home, the three of us are always looking for our next adventure. Sometimes when we least expect it, the adventure finds us instead. Welcome aboard Treasured Times. Captain's Log, December 12th, 2020. Today is our first full day out of the boatyard. After nearly 3 weeks of work, we are ready for a break. The weather has been unpredictable lately. The forecast was calling for strong winds this morning, but when we woke up, there was no wind, so we headed out early. Amanda and Ed are with us today, as well as Tyler. Tyler, also known as Chef Buttercup, cooked us some biscuits and gravy for breakfast while we headed out to the reef. We have two main goals for today. Hunting for dinner is always our first goal, and second, we will attempt to catch a few tropical fish for Amanda's saltwater aquarium at home. It's a bit more windy and choppy on the open ocean, but that's not going to stop us from having a good time. I picked a shallow reef at the edge of Delta Shoal just a few miles off of Marathon. This is a little bit east of the lighthouse we often visit. Mike and Ed were going to try to reel in some dinner while Amanda, Buttercup, and myself headed down beneath the waves. The reef is beautiful here. Amanda started her mission of locating and catching some small tropical fish while Tyler and I hunted nearby for some dinner. I spotted a lone hogfish picking at the reef in search of crabs and other small crustaceans. He didn't seem to mind me much as we both swayed in the surge together. This area is popular for snorkeling and diving, so I was a familiar sight and wasn't much of a threat. Lucky for him, hogfish season is closed and he was slightly undersized anyways. The reason this area is so popular is because it's so shallow and there's so much life. The shallow stretch of reef goes on for miles. Looks like Buttercup found a lobster. Too small though. Here's a nice juvenile yellowtail damsel for Amanda's aquarium. Amanda is a marine biologist and knows how sensitive the reef can be. She is careful to not let her gear drag over corals, and she only touches bare rocks if she has to. I spotted another lobster nearby. There are so many lobster traps in the Keys that most lobsters we find are just too small. I didn't even bother trying to catch this one. We came across a green moray eel. These eels are not shy and will often investigate a disturbance outside of their lair. The open mouth is a warning signal for me to back away. I obediently complied. These eels will boldly attack if threatened. Buttercup signaled me to come check out this big shark. It's a nurse shark. This shark is sleeping but is well aware of my presence. Surprisingly, they have pretty good sight for having such small eyes. The size and girth makes me think this one's a female. Uh-oh. I just brushed up against her tail with the camera and she didn't like that. Sorry, girl, I'll leave you alone now. At the very end of our dive, I removed an invasive lionfish from the reef, and Tyler speared a nice black margate for dinner. We hoped the weather would cooperate, but the wind had been steadily picking up throughout the morning, and the sun disappeared, so we decided to head back in. The conditions weren't the best today, but it was nice to get back in the water again. It was still fun. What more could you ask for, and in the month of December no less? While we were docking, the props blew up a piece of debris from the bottom. We saw a couple of small ropes hanging in the water as well. Looks like it's time for another cleanup. It's not a fun job, but the debris can cause a lot of damage to the props and the boat. We don't want to take any chances.
Picking up junk.
After an hour or so, we pulled up 3 broken pilings wrapped in ropes, 2 big sheets of fiberglass, and several pieces of waterlogged boards.
Chef Buttercup. How's it going, Chef Buttercup?
Doing good, getting ready for dinner. Everybody ready to eat?
Yep.
All right, let's do it.
Amanda and Ed spent a relaxing afternoon on the extended flybridge while Buttercup was chefing it up in the galley. We should have less wind tomorrow for some diving, so we took it easy the rest of the night as we watched the Christmas boat parade through the harbor from our slip. Captain's Log, December 13th, 2020.
Good morning again.
It's another beautiful morning with very little wind. Mike and Buttercup prepared a delicious bacon and waffle breakfast before heading out.
Sunday morning breakfast. Making the waffles here. We got eggs. Where's the bacon, baby?
Bacon's ready. It's all on you. Where's that
Let me get the
waffles?
bacon. Waffles ready.
Ooh, waffles ready?
We ready.
Our plans this morning are to take a nice cruise just west of Sombrero Light. We've done well there and seen some huge black groupers. This is the last month of grouper season, so we'll take every chance we can get.
We're gonna need a bigger boat.
Bigger boat.
Can you see my emotions sinking away in slow motion? Like a break in the ocean, just getting lost out at sea. Can you see my emotions? Say, can you see my devotion? Like a break in the ocean, just getting lost out at sea. You watch
Fish on?
We drugged some fishing lines on our way out, and we just hooked up.
and now you got me
Come on,
ready
baby.
for a better situation. Feeling like I'm down to down to
Hit the gas.
Feeling like I'm down to down to down low. Guess it's gonna follow me wherever
Fish
I
on.
go. Guess it's gonna follow me, I
White chair right here.
Breakfast and a morning
know
workout.
that you've been talking. You'll never see me sleepwalking.
That's your bottle. That's your Cuban bobber, I see.
Rolling away in my dreams. Can you feel that
And we lost it.
You just lost him.
awake till the morning? Every word that I'm calling, just getting lost out at sea. You what you said. I got a bad reputation.
That totally
And now you got me praying for a better situation.
Better luck next time.
Feeling like I'm down to down to down. Feeling like I'm down to down.
We were close to the reef, so we reeled in the fishing lines and temporarily anchored up so we could gather up all of our gear.
Can't come back without my 40-pound grouper. 40 pounds. Not 39.5. 40. 40. 19.2 kilos.
The water is a little deeper here, so Mike will follow us on the boat as we drift with the current. Amanda was still on the hunt for some tropical fish, so we gave her a flag to carry just in case we got separated. It's time to dive deep. Tyler was the first to spot a big grouper. He'd just grazed it behind its pectoral fin. Sometime later, we came across a rather large nurse shark sleeping next to a coral head with a lionfish on it. We carefully tried to coax the shark away so we could remove the lionfish. I wasn't about to spear the lionfish and have it bleed out next to a sleeping shark. I also didn't want to leave the lionfish behind to continue its destruction. There she goes. Definitely a pregnant female by the looks of it. Lionfish harvested. One less monster on the reef. We were just about out of air, so it was time for a pickup. Amanda managed to catch a bucketful of beautiful tropical fish. All are legal, of course.
Amanda, put her rod out.
Put her out.
Get some fish on here.
Fishing. Do a little fishing.
We didn't have much luck finding dinner today, and we know of a perfect place where we're guaranteed to find some stone crabs and maybe a lobster or two. So that's where we're going. We relaxed and did a little fishing on our way there. We just hooked a fish.
I don't feel him. Might have flipped him. Keep reeling though. I don't know, maybe there's not.
And it's a fish off.
You're not there anymore? Oh man.
That's the same fish we got last time. This is our destination for the rest of the afternoon. It's a shallow, grassy field just south of Boot Key with plenty of lobster and stone crabs. You may see the occasional dolphin pod or manatee as well. There's a manatee just off our port bow. We arrived just in time for lunch. It's another delicious meal courtesy of Chef Buttercup. After lunch, we suited up for some hunting.
That's one. Holy it's cold. Stop lying. That's stone crab.
It's a little muddy here, but that's what stone crabs and lobsters like. They hide in holes dug under the grass beds. Our first pass, we found about 5 stone crab claws.
I want you to measure the crowd. I think it's probably good. Grab your other hand. Good. And see the crab? Oh, it's a good break.
Good break.
Shrimp trap.
He'll live.
Grinder.
Grinder.
Tyler, where's your light at? Babe.
Yeah.
I got a shrimp. You got a shrimp?
What?
Grinder.
I don't know what it is. It looks like a peppermint shrimp or something.
You got egg.
While Amanda and I continued on the hunt, the guys relaxed and took it easy on the boat.
Buttercup, baby.
Isn't that usually the other way around?
Current situation.
I just seen a fish over there.
I saw that too.
Saw it?
Shiny.
Push me, and then just touch me, till I can get my satisfaction. 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 Satisfaction.
lobsters, stone crab.
We ended up with about 10 claws and a couple of lobsters, enough for a nice dinner.
26 tons of fun.
That's all.
Yep.
Channel hog.
I know. I gotta be a channel hog in this boat.
As we were making our way down the channel, there was an oncoming boat dead ahead that was drifting over to our side, and we were closing in on a narrow section of the channel. Maybe they wanted to pass us on the other side.
You got no brakes.
2 short blasts of the horn is the signal that we're gonna pass on the starboard side.
Brakes.
Whoa, dude!
Back it up.
Throttle.
The captain of the other vessel just wasn't paying attention, and he turned right back into us at the last second. We had to put the brakes on, and fast.
What the heck are you guys doing? You gotta pay attention when you drive a boat.
Stay right there. Stay there. Stay there. Dude, they ain't listening. They're gonna crash right in the side of us.
Holy crap, man.
Back it up.
Jeez, man. Holy crap. Idiots. There. I had to keep my back in from rolling the room. What the heck?
What was that all about, Doctor?
I don't know. Those guys were not paying attention. Like,
That was
jeez.
almost bad. That would have sucked
Yeah,
for
thinking
them.
they were gonna move. I'm like, they're not
I
moving.
know.
They're not
and then
moving.
I was like, okay, brakes.
Horn. The guy had a death wish or what?
I don't know.
That would have been bad for them. We would have been right.
26 tons of death.
Yes. Jeez.
In your face. 26 tons, man.
Alright, here you go.
Oh, God.
Crunch. Crunch trap.
I mean, I don't think they know how to drive a boat. And you know, he could have went on around the outside of it.
I don't know what he was doing.
I don't know.
That would have been a Crunch
there.
Wrap Supreme.
He was like coming straight at us. I'm like, okay, they're not moving.
You were in denial that they were going to move.
I know. I thought they were gonna move. I'm like, okay, they're gonna go on the outside, and then they still kept coming right
Did you
at
get that on
us.
video?
I did.
Jeez. What the heck? They have no
If
idea
you enjoyed
what's
this video,
No.
give it a like and subscribe, and don't forget to click that notification bell. See you all next week.
That's what we need a flamethrower for.
happening.
You got forward
Seriously.
cannon on the front.